Hi, introducing my 1967 MGB GT project. Let's take a walk around. Let's move on to the engine bay first of all. As we can see, it's all virtually stripped of all major components. Metalwork's pretty sound, just surface rust. In these sections usually rot for a pastime, but this is pretty damn good. There's the pedal box section. Again, surface rust. You get all the brake and clutch fluid leak onto there and strip the paint. But again, it's nothing too serious, all cosmetic. I will have this engine bay completely rubbed down, repainted, reprimed, painted at some point, but not just yet. Let's move down to this section. Did the front splash panel some time ago. I incorporated that rather nice stainless steel panel. Also used stainless steel nuts and bolts just to give it a bit of longevity, because this area does take a hammering, doesn't it, with all that mud and crap that flies under there eventually. Again, just tidied it up, put a bit of heavy duty stone chip down on here just to seal it and protect it for the time being. Had to cut into this strengthening piece here, as you can see, there and there, to gain access to the back of here, due to the fact that the gone just here slightly where the nut is to accommodate for the fuse box. So I put a new nut on there, so you can self tap to put the fuse box back on again. One of those annoying little jobs you have to do, but anyway, not the end of the world. It's all pretty sound under there at the moment. Just protected. Yeah, looking good. Move it forward, grab my spot lamp. Oh yeah, there's the interior steering wheel. We got the dashboard currently living on the roof here. Yeah, I took it out the other week. It's a relatively easy job to do. It's just got to take your time, really. Be methodical about it. It's pretty sound. It's got a few been cut into for the radio and what have you, but I will have that stripped and eventually spray it up again with some of that wrinkle finish paint which you can get. I'll probably demonstrate that at a later date. Just move her on down. Yeah, the rear quarter panel section here, quarter window, obviously took the window out, the chrome strip which lives down there. You got 4 screws which hold the window in place. Luckily managed to get them undone. One of them was a real bugger. You got 4 more screws down this side which hold on the chrome finishing strip. And that didn't come off. That came off quite easily as well. Actually, I was quite pleased with that. There's the guttering removed. You've got the guttering on that side still. Again, you just get in there for the rivets. You can unrivet them with a good drill bit. Condition-wise, it's not too bad. Some minor holes here, minor. I mean, I've seen MGBs with all this section rotted out. And this is in really good nick. The seam, obviously these seams can rot out for a pastime, but it's all pretty damn good under there actually. Probably will clean under there and get some etch primer on there and eventually blast some stone chip actually in here as well, just to seal all that on the inside. But it's, as I say, very sound. Really pleased with that. Okay, let's move down to the rear quarter wing section. It doesn't look too pretty, but this is something I worked on originally about 4 or 5 years ago now. Just had some minor issues which I addressed. Again, it really was sound. It's really good. But I filled it, welded, filled, primed. But it's just been left like this for a while the project was put on hold. Bit of weld needs tidying up there. It's got some extra primer on, but it's really good. Really pleased with that. Yeah, this lower quarter panel, they usually go for a pastime as well, so I replaced that section. Let's just grab the old spotlight so we can see what we're doing down here. That's better. Yeah. Okay. So I'm quite restricted for room in this garage, so I can't actually pull back any further really. But as you can see, this piece joins from the seam line, which is, if I can get my other hand into action, that's it, which joins from there and then runs along to about here. So this panel comes in a nice little repair piece. Again, it's on there. Obviously needs a little bit more fettling, but it's just integral for now, which I wanted to get it to at that stage while I was working on it. Okay, let's move just underneath the vehicle, if we can. Adjust the old lamp. Just going to crawl onto the floor. Bear with me for a second. There we go. That's not too bad. Okay, what do we have here then? Right. Here we have the castle section, which I replaced. Brand new castle section. Also the outer sill repair piece there, and the jacking point, the famous jacking point, you know, with the hole in the end, which nobody uses these days. You can jack it up in the hard points on other parts of the vehicle, but it's nice to reincorporate it. So that's been put back on again. Again, I did this, a number of years ago now. Let's move along underneath, have a quick look. Just shift the torch. Yeah, once I got it sort of tacked in place, I then incorporated some nice big welds here, here, further back there. How can we see? All along, just tacked it on heavily in place, then fully welded it along this edge here. I incorporated seam sealer and just tidied it up and gave it some under seal for now, just to protect it. But again, original floor pans, which absolutely superb. Absolutely superb. Compared to some MGBs I've worked on, where the underside resembles more like the Titanic than a car. So I'm quite pleased with this car. It's a good example. Nice project to get my hands on. Okay. Let's just crawl out from underneath here, underneath the bowels of the MGB. Excuse me for a sec. Oh, right. Yeah, there's the handbrake. And those rather neat little seat belts, rather than the inertia type, but the magnetic sort of connection. Non-inertia type. I'm sure you know about it when you have to stop suddenly. But looking inside here, again, as I mentioned, original floor pans. There goes my lamp. Let's have a quick look down here. Grab the lamp again. Excellent. Again, it's got that bitumastic material on there. This surface rust, a few little bits and bobs. That's where the runners go for the seats. The only area it needs to be addressed is around the spring hanger point here, but that can be rectified quite easily. It's more cosmetically doesn't look very pretty, but that can be easily rectified. Inner step still really good, no problems whatsoever. Partly due to the fact that it had a plastic, the earlier plastic step sill cover rather than a bit of carpet, so that's protected these sills no end. Well, they're completely preserved basically, which is great. All my previous cars have had carpet within that section there. I believe Moss used to do replacements for these, but I'm not sure if you can get hold of them anymore. So I'm going to incorporate this side. The driver's side was a little bit cracked here and there, but I probably will have to reincorporate them. But I removed it from the driver's side, still work in progress on this side here. Right. Let's just pull out of here for a second. Okay. We'll show you the other side of the car, probably in another video. While we're here, let's just switch the spot lamp off. Gotta excuse this dodgy camera work. I'm using my mobile phone, so it's flying around all over the place. Right. I'll show you some of the components. I'll just quickly move you to the wiring loom, which is over here. Got the wiring loom out in its entirety. It hasn't been too badly butchered, but they always do get butchered here and there. But I managed to put all the relevant instruments back in place. You've got the starter switch here, which is nice. It's all nicely marked and dated, which is nice to see. Can't catch that actually on the getting a bit of glare there. Oh yeah, look, there we go, 667, really nice. All good quality, these 60s components. Switch, light switch, that's 66 dated. Again, really nice qual. The switch there, window wiper, I think window, again 67. Anyway, it's nice to see that all the bits and bobs, switches and things are all there original. It's not been sort of doctored, as a lot of MGBs are over time. Let's just move you over to this bit here. Back of the car used as a dumping ground at the moment. Got the couldn't resist buying a nice shiny bullet wing mirror. That's a new one. It did originally have the bullets, so I'm going to reincorporate them at some point. Bought that just to sort of spur me on a bit. It's nice to see something shiny. What else do we have here? Oh, that's quite neat, isn't it? That starter, the internal starter into the engine bay. Again, nicely marked, dated. It's January 65, this particular bit. Nice to see. There's the overdrive switch. Again, nicely marked. 67, really good quality. You just can't get this in the repro stuff. So it's nice, it's all usable again to incorporate. Yeah, superb. Pleased with that. The part of the dash, that's the map light switch. Again, it was an amazing nick, just a bit of a clean up, and it's all ready to rock and roll again. So it's nice to have all these components. Regulator box, add the top off, it looks good in there. I'll utilise that again. What do we have here? We've got a bracket. That's a bracket for the wiper motor. I was missing this actually, so I got this recently, cleaned it all up. There we have the cylindrical type magnetic. You've got the magnets inside. Again, this was a spare unit I had, because the original unit had been cut off. It been cut here on the cable. I'll show you actually. Just move over here. There we go. That's the original cable. I just stuck it in this old unit I've got. So it's been cut off, and obviously the motor. Swing around again. Trying to get seasick watching this video. Swing around again. So I was assuming this is a couple. It's a 3 Synchro 67 GT. Actually, date of registration with this one is November 67, but I'm not sure whether it was a cut-off point when they switched from the electromagnetic wiper motor, which was more like rectangular, to the later, the later cylindrical one. But anyway, I'm going to probably go down and do the mod and incorporate this, because it's mounted sort of at an angle underneath the dash. I'll show you that at another date, guys. But anyway, yeah, so that's interesting. It was missing the wiper motor, and I'll probably reincorporate it. There's the wiper motor in bits, as we can see, the main motor itself, and a box of bits. Yeah. Okay. Pedal box out. Again, that just needs a good blasting, cleaning up. This is nice, the box for the wheel box for the wiper motor, again in really nice condition. Actually, some of the zinc is like new on this thing. It's amazing. So that's all going to rock and roll again. But that's the original, say, wheel box for the wiper motor. Luckily I had a spare end. Let's put that down there. Okay. This video's now going on to 17 minutes. I hope if anyone's watching this, it's keeping their attention. What else can I show you guys while we're at it? Got a box of bits here. Bits for the firewall. Those bones for the firewall. Again, nice nick. They're the original dials for the heater box. There's some spare ones I had, but the originals they'll clean up nice. They'll be looking good. I'm going to make this video go to 20 minutes. let's drag it out for another few minutes, guys. Okay. While I'm here, I'm going to show you another nice shiny component, or shiny-ish, front cross member. That's one I had in the spares department. Let's just bring it back a bit. There we go. That came from a 69 GT, another previous project. But I kept hold of this, had it grip blasted, etch primed, and it's awaiting to be incorporated into this baby. And here we've got a box of bits for the wishbone sections. All new stuff. Those trays where the springs go. Nice new components, you can't beat it. As I say, I'll be renewing the whole front suspension, every component virtually. And I'll probably incorporate, well, I'm going to incorporate some shock absorbers. These sort of spats shock absorbers. These are going to be for the rear. You've got the gas backup, gas shock absorbers, or whatever it's called. There we go. Just drop it everywhere. You can change the compression on there with that switch at the bottom. But again, a nice shiny new component. God, you can't beat it, can you? Some more bits in there, all grip blasted, engine mounts, all ready to rock and roll. Okay, quickly swing around. Got the reservoirs for the clutch and brake fluid. Taken out the pistons. They're all being currently worked on. Nice nick actually. Still got the in places. Still got the coating on there. The the nickel, whatever you called it, coating. But that's good. I'm going to have to clean these up. Probably get them grip blasted actually. I'll spray them up silver. Got the 3 Synchro gearbox. Again, show you that in more detail in a later date, but had that cover off. And it looks good in there. It looks really good. I'm quite happy that it's gonna rock and roll. Yeah, here's the bench. Quick view of the bench. Yeah, they've got the head, the dynamo, starter motor. All looking good. Okay guys, this has been 20 minutes now, so I'm gonna wind this one up. We'll just give you a long shot of the old gearbox. I'll say goodbye for now. Take it easy guys. Until the next video, see you later. Bye.